Personal story segment tonight. Once again, pundit author Coulter has engendered some controversy, speaking on a low-rated cable program. Ms. Coulter addressed religion, and the usual suspects were outraged. Ms. Coulter, the author of the new book, If Democrats Had Any Brains, They'd Be Republicans, joins us now. Okay, first of all, before we get to that, do you believe the San Francisco thing? Do you believe what's going out there?
It's not the first time this sort of thing has happened, I know.
But in the past, somebody had written about it. This is being totally blacked out, this desecration of this
Not
church.
on the factor.
No. But I think that the boldness of the anti-Christian movement is rising and rising and rising. Am I overreacting? Maybe I'm overreacting.
No, I think you're absolutely right. I mean, it is this whole, to take a term from the gays, a Christian panic syndrome. They just lose their minds. I mean, even Christmas tree, it drives them crazy. I think the whole left wing is kind of cracking up. They wake up in a cold sweat at night worried about the polar bears. They think Rush Limbaugh, hates the troops. They think you're leading the Klan and it's taken over Columbia University. They're losing their minds.
But there isn't much opposition other than people like me and you, I guess, to some extent. But the mainstream stays out of it. You know, when you go in and you mock an archbishop and you do what those people did, and the Catholic Church won't stand up, there's something wrong.
No, I agree with you, but as I say in this fine new book, the mainstream media is becoming more and more irrelevant. It really doesn't matter. I mean, I go through 10 years of my allegedly career-ending statements in Chapter 1 here, and I got to say, the defamation campaigns haven't laid a finger on me.
Yeah, but you operate.
Trying it, and it doesn't work with me. It doesn't work with Rush. Their heyday is over. They used to be able to destroy people for sport. They could destroy. They can
bring some pressure, but they can't. But you're unique in the sense that you operate you're like a freelancer. You don't work for a corporation. You don't have to depend on sponsorship. You do what you want to do, so that you're harder to pound than somebody who's in corporate America. Now, I got to ask you about this.
Don't tell liberals that, though, because they keep trying to get me fired. They don't realize no one fired me.
Yeah, I mean, you work for yourself. Unless you commit suicide, that's the only way you're going to get fired. All right, now. You go on this dopey show. Why? Nobody watches the dopey show. Why are you wasting your time? Go out to dinner.
Because he's always been amiable to me.
So what? There's 6 people watching and not going to buy your book.
I didn't realize he was going to turn himself into the Al Sharpton of the Jews.
I don't even want to mention his name. He's just a twerp. But you go on there and you talk about Christianity and Judaism, all right? Now, come on. I mean, no matter what you say, they're going to load it up against you. You know that. Just the topic.
Look, me saying good morning, they'll load it up against me and start demanding that no one have me on. Okay, so what? I mean, of all their defamation campaigns against me, announcing that I am a Christian, and part of my Christianity entails actually believing it. It's not really taken off.
But they tried. I read the transcript. I couldn't really make heads or tails out of it. I'm not smart enough. But they tried to say that you were denigrating Jews. You wanted all the Jews to be Christians.
Right, but it's part of the, as I say, the Christian panic syndrome. Look, the Orthodox Jews are all supporting me. They have some vague familiarity with the Old Testament and the New Testament.
What is that?
Yeah, because they've heard of the Bible. This is not a Christian thing even here. This is way beyond that. This is the irreligious against the religious.
Okay. I don't even care, I tell you the truth.
Neither do I.
But I do care about...
You brought it up, and I'm not explaining
myself. No, I had to bring it up because of other things.
Yeah, but all of your little lead-ins were that I was explaining myself. I'm not. I'm promoting this book.
Right. The Republican field, okay?
Yes.
You got Fred Thompson's just not doing that well right now. You got McCain coming up a little bit. You got Giuliani, Romney. How do you see it playing out?
I think it's between, I mean, who knows? I don't have a time machine, but I think it's between Giuliani and Romney. I think we can blame McCain for the paucity of the candidates on both sides. I mean, I really think it is because of campaign finance reform. So you only end up with either previously famous people or massively wealthy people or people who have some... if you look at it backwards, how did America get its greatest president ever, Ronald Reagan? Well, when he ran for governor, he could get a few millionaires, back when that meant something, to fund his campaign. Right. You can't do that anymore, so you end up with this pathetic list of candidates. So that right there, I think, takes McCain off the list.
But you're taking McCain, you don't think he has a chance for the nomination, right?
No.
The immigration thing killed him, right?
Well, not only that, speaking of tonight's topic, when he viciously and without provocation attacked Jerry Falwell and Pat Robertson.
But then he made up with them, though.
Yeah, okay, they forgive him. I don't.
Okay. You're a Christian. You have to. Come on.
I'm reconsidering the love your enemies part.
Now, you basically are writing if Democrats had any brains, they'd be Republicans. But the Republicans haven't done that well. They haven't secured the border. Iraq is a mess. They spend like crazy. So come on. I mean, you know.
Well, as I say in the book,
if they were that brilliant, we wouldn't have those street problems. There
are a lot of bad Republicans. There are no good Democrats.
There are no good Democrats. FDR is a good Democrat.
Oh, you have to go to someone who was alive 50 years ago. Okay, prove my point.
Lieberman's a good Democrat.
Okay, one.
Bai is a good Democrat.
Okay, now you're losing me.
You don't buy?
I run out of actual Democrats in office that I could support once you get past Lieberman.
Knock the music off for a minute. Do you hate Democrats? Do you hate them?
No, I would say I find them amusing and I hold them in contempt.
But wait, no, I don't. I really don't. I mean, I don't hold it. I hold people in contempt who try to hurt other people.
Well, that's the Democrats. They preside over.
Do you really hold Democrats in contempt? If you meet somebody and they're a Democrat, you immediately don't like them?
No, I try to convert them.
Just like Jews. I mean, you'd say John the Baptist out there? Or, I mean, no, really. I mean, if you meet somebody at a party.
That is actually a serious point. I realized that like half of my interviews with alleged liberals, and then they'll say, oh, but I support guns and I support the death penalty. Half of my interviews are convincing liberals they're not liberal. It just sounds like a nice word.
Could you go camping with a Democrat? Could you
I wouldn't go camping unless
bowling
it's the Four Seasons. I don't think I'd go bowling either. Could you do something I'd actually do?
So you're just not going to hang with them. You're not going to hang with them.
I'm not discussing who I hang with.
All right, Ann Coulter, everybody. There she goes. If Democrats had any brains, they'd be Republicans. And I'm sure it'll be a bestseller, Ann. Thanks for coming in. We appreciate it.
Thank you.